What is up, everybody? It is Dynamite_41, currently driving through Alabama at the moment. I'm about, half an hour from my buddy's lake house, so I'm gonna have a blast this weekend. I'm gonna be safe because I won't be driving anywhere other than there and then back home on Sunday. But I wanted to get a quick update going because I haven't been live since I think Wednesday, and I want people to be chill. The ones that are complaining on Twitter, on Reddit and everything, and I know it's most of y'all are good. Y'all are aware of the croniness of this price action whenever good news comes out for GameStop. We just beat earnings for the fourth quarter in a row. We made more income this past quarter than what we did last quarter for 2024. We raised, now currently sitting at $9 billion in cash. That's about as much as our market cap goes. So the price point that we're at for GameStop is very undervalued. And I am here to let y'all know that this is another buying opportunity. You know that picture of the cat with the newspaper that it is reading, sitting at the dinner table or the breakfast table, whatever you want to call it, saying I should have bought at these levels whenever we were sitting at 30, should have bought at 10, should have bought at 20, while we're sitting at 30. This is another opportunity to buy in the 20s. I was loading up the boat back in the day when I was at the 20s. At the 10s, especially the 10s, because that was cheap. But I just loaded up the boat today with a couple more shares. And this is why I like to tell people, don't put more than what you could afford to lose. Just do one share a day. Because when you get opportunities like these that come around, you'll have more dry powder to buy in. Now, I'm not saying time the market, but you never know what's going to happen. And whether we go to the upside or the downside, I'm still going to buy. And guess what I did? I was just scared to buy this week, especially after the earnings report, especially after the shareholder meeting, because we have all this money loaded up. Now, granted, we haven't made moves with it yet, but we're building interest on it, and we've invested in Bitcoin. We're partnered up with PSA. We've graded over 1 million cards so far, with many more millions to go. Our board of directors have bought shares of the company out of their own pockets. Yes, using their own money. And I'll have a $0 salary because we're cutting down the costs to run the business. So not only are we a gaming retail company, but we are also a holding company. And we make investments. We invested into Bitcoin in the second quarter. The Switch 2 came out, quarter 2. People lined up for that thing. And guess what? We're going to be earnings for quarter 2 of 2025. Because of the Bitcoin purchase, I do see Bitcoin growing in value for the next few months. And I also just see more of the Switch sales coming in. And Switch 2, if I'm not mistaken, has been breaking records for selling the most Nintendo Switches within 24-hour time span. Now, of course, not all of the sales came from GameStop, but people lined up for the Switch at GameStop. And I bet your butt that they are calling GameStop up, asking for the Switch 2. Do y'all have these in stock? Do y'all have these available? I promise you that's probably happening. But they want to tell you that this company is dying. It's a brick and mortar company. It's old business model that's not going to go anywhere. Next Circuit City, next Blockbuster, next all of that. Well, see, here's the difference. All those companies did not have $9 billion in cash to utilize. All those companies were running around with debt. GameStop has zero debt. And our board of directors and Ryan Cohen, $0 salary, buying to their own shares, their investments are also being affected by the price action that happened recently. So if you think you're losing out on however much you've put in, just imagine the millions that they have into it and they see it falling down. Probably not a pretty sight, right? But when you believe in the fundamentals of the company that you're invested in, you just look past that. It's all noise. All the FUD, all the shit people are saying online to tell you that everyone is selling off their shares. No one's selling off shit. Excuse my language, but retail, me, most of y'all that watch my channel, and all of us that are actually diamond-handed due to fundamentals, haven't sold a single thing, if you ask me. And I bought on the way down. Was it spooky? Sure. I was like, oh damn, this is dropping pretty drastically. I mean, we were at the 30s, and then we went all the way down to 25, but it was like, oh no, wait, there's more. We're going down as low as 21.50. I was like, ooh, that's a good buying opportunity right there. Especially for any of y'all that are trying to get into the game that is called GameStop. Hope you have the stomach for it, because it takes a certain kind of stomach to hold this stock. Let me tell you, it is extremely wild. But as violently as the price goes down, that also happens on the upside. So whenever quarter two is priced in before earnings are announced, and then they dump it once again, I'm gonna be here on the sidelines waiting on them to do that again, so I could buy more shares on the downside again. But it doesn't matter, because I still buy shares on the upside. So yeah, you know, at the end of the day, I want people to do what's best for them as far as their investment strategies go. And I don't want people to over leverage themselves as I'm making sure I am good to go. I don't want people to just make themselves be miserable because they've put so much into it, and they're like, dang, I ran out of dry powder, we're going down, I wish I could buy the dip, I need liquidity, I need to sell my shares ASAP. And it's like, don't do that to yourself, you know? You gotta be better about it. I'm trying to look for this grocery store, but I can't seem to find it. Apparently there's this stuff called Cowboy Caviar. Never heard of it. Apparently it's really good. But you know, I'm stopping in here. We'll see what's up. I'm gonna have to look at my, as my voice cracks, right? We'll see what's up. I'm gonna have to check my GPS, because I am in Bama and I have no idea where I'm at. I ain't from these parts, so yeah, I'm gonna need Apple Maps right now. But I just wanted to give y'all an update. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Because the board of directors and the CEO are actually doing what's in the best interest of the investors. And I know that sounds like a rare thing, but it is true for this case. And I don't think we're wrong about it at all. We're crazy till we're right. They're going to keep on calling you crazy. I love that title. Anyways, y'all have a good weekend. I might make a video again when I'm like hanging out, but we'll see what's up. Love y'all, and peace out.